Welcome back.
All right, folks, you know the drill. It's time to give a shout out to our go-to business leader, Deborah, the founder and owner of About Face Image Consulting. She's the backbone of our team, always bringing her A game and keeping us on our toes. Let's show us some virtual love and kick off this event with a bang.
Always a pleasure to be here. Don't you love that virtual applause? I love it. Anyway, it's always a pleasure, Moreno. I'm very happy to be here.
Hey, we're so glad that you're here, Deborah. Shall we dive right in?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Social media platforms have been constantly changing their business model, gradually limiting free organic reach for business owners and focusing more on advertising revenue and introducing paid platform features. However, this year, small business owners can still use social media to attract prospects, even with a change in the platform's business model. You and I are going to touch on 6 strategies, 5 unpaid, that small business owners can use to improve their social media presence and attract prospects.
Sounds good. Let's jump in.
Okay, the first one will be, let me put it on the screen here. Focus on creating high quality content, valuable content. To stand out from the competition, small business owners should focus on creating content that provides value to their audience. This includes informative and engaging vlogs, eye-catching graphics like thumbnails. Content must be shared, of course, and give a reason for people to follow your page, Deborah.
Yeah, no, I agree. So obviously the educational, informative, you want it to be entertaining. You want it to be really grabbing the attention within the first few seconds. And it is really important that if you're deciding to use a platform, an online platform, and the quality of the content, it's really important that you meld it and blend it with the features of the particular platform that you're using. The platform, the online platform, will give preference to those that are actually using their features. So you want to be able to focus on that. And, listen, it's about giving people an experience. Give them information that either is going to lift them, make them laugh, and bring some joy into their lives, change their state, or give them something useful that they can actually take it and implement it into their lives right away, which is like an experience. They leverage the use of the material. You don't want them to just have the content in the material, but that they could actually use it, because there are lots of times when I'm on social media, I'm scrolling, but there is some real nuggets on there that I'm like, I'm going to try that and see what kinds of results that I'm going to get. I'll give you an example, like how to preserve lemons, which is just putting them in a container of, for us, filtered water, and then just putting something heavier on top to keep the lemons down under the surface of the water because they float. So we're trying that, and actually with great success, those lemons last a whole lot longer. So sometimes it's just those quick little tips, whatever it is that you're promoting, selling, service, products, just give something useful that people can go, wow, I could use that immediately.
Great example, Deborah. I have a tip as well to give, seeing that you gave one. How do you tell if the eggs that you're going to use in baking bread, say, are okay or not? You drop the egg in the water and it sinks to the bottom and it rests on its side, it's super fresh. If it's standing up at the bottom, it's okay. But if it floats, throw it away. So there you are. People watching now, if they knew this, it's a reminder. If they didn't, they learned something new.
Well, yeah, I think, you know what, it is about having something useful. But here's the thing. A lot of people will scroll. There's no question about it. We all get caught up in the scroll. the hypnotic nature of social media. First of all, you kind of want to go and create content where you spend your time and your energy. If you like certain platforms yourself, that's where you should be. But also taking into consideration the type of business that you have in your products. Because if your products are all local and only available locally, don't put it all over social media and make connections with people that are like across the country or elsewhere around the world. It's like that makes no sense. Like connect with the people that are going to immediately be able to use your product. So if you have something virtual and they have access to it virtually, it's great. It doesn't really matter where they are, but you really do want to get clear on your avatar or your ideal target market client and know where they are, where they're going to hang out, and that's where you should be.
Good points, Deborah. Everybody has pains and needs and are searching to fix those. And everybody's time is very limited. People's attention span is very short. So we need to provide them a hook and something that will catch their attention. Usually it's a graphic first, and then immediately within the first short span of time, could be many seconds, but certainly within the first few minutes, we need to provide them value so that they stay long enough to see that we can provide them value. They need to stick around. Otherwise, once that viewer is gone, they may be gone forever.
Yeah, I mean, listen, nobody expects you to do it perfectly. I never do it perfectly. There are lots of times I make lots of mistakes with social media and realize, okay, that post got zero engagement or very little engagement. But at the end of the day, you got to try it, right? You got to test it, measure it. And then the more you try, the more sort of fun it becomes. And you're actually engaging the part of the brain that makes you curious because you want to see, oh, what kind of engagement am I going to get on this post? Are people going to read it? Are they going to comment? Are they going to like or love? Or, what's going to happen with it? Maintain that sense of spirited. When I say spirited, the upper level emotional spirited curiosity that gets people engaged to say, hey, I want to see what's happening with this. Because let's face it, there are a lot of business owners that go, I hate the marketing. I hate the marketing. You got to learn to love it. So I want you to move into this spirited curiosity state. And then you're going to find that it's going to be a lot more fun for you and a little bit more engaging. And you're going to want to just spend a bit more time on it. And then you'll see the results. You will see the results.
Yes, I hate marketing. It's just a mindset. Relax, let your head down, put your feet up, but take action. Get organized, have a plan, and do something. And one will see the results. Engagement. That is the next important action that one needs to take. Building relationships with your followers is crucial for any social media strategy. Responding to comments, asking for feedback, and participating in conversations will help increase engagement and build a loyal following over time.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That engagement, the connection, and acknowledging that somebody stopped by and knew enough to, and was generous enough to like or love or comment on a post, thank them for that. So engage as if they were coming by, stopping by, interacting with you on the street, passing by. Acknowledge them for that. But then, when you engage your audience, one of the best ways of doing that is going behind the scenes into like a messenger chat and having a conversation there, and just a brief conversation. Please don't jump into selling right away. Please don't do that. This is just about building a relationship with people.
You're right, Deborah. One has to be patient. It takes time. And like it works offline, online, it's the same. That we need to pay attention to who we follow, what we ask for, what we say, and take the time to understand the other person, read what the other person posts, find out more about him, do a bit of background research. It's, as you say, building relationships.
Yeah,
which
it's if you ask the right question in Messenger when you're having a private chat with them, ask them, "Hey, what did you love about my post? Like what?" And sometimes within the post itself, they're going to comment and tell you, "Oh, I love this," or, it reminded me of this or this or this. But sometimes they haven't said that, so you can ask them specifically, "What did you particularly love or find interesting about the post?" And, in a lot of cases, they'll respond to you and give you that information. That's great content for you to take and create another post with down the road.
yes, what you're saying is be human.
Yeah, you're giving people what it is that they're wanting to hear, giving them more of what they're wanting to hear or what benefits them.
Yes, it's
It's the
about
value.
giving. It's about giving and taking the value. You
Yeah.
need to resonate with the other person. In other words, the two frames need to align. We need to be on the same wavelength, on the same page. Otherwise, there's miscommunication. And when there's miscommunication, nothing happens.
Yeah, I agree. Totally.
The third point that I have here is use social media advertising. And this is the only tactic which is paid. While organic reach may be limited, social media advertising is a powerful tool for reaching new prospects. Small business owners can use targeted ads for a price to reach specific audience based on interests, behaviors, and demographics. And the social media platforms are very good at doing that, as we know. That's why we pay.
Yeah, I personally am not using ads right now. And what I'm doing is more organic marketing where I'm directly connecting with people but with that process, you really need to think carefully about your products and services. Who is likely to purchase that, which is the ideal client that you want to have, which is sort of the avatar, describing that avatar and then looking for that avatar about where they're hanging out to be able to connect and get more followers or people that you're friending on Facebook or connecting with on any particular platform. So the organic stream is a great way to go initially, and I know there's many business owners that they won't do a paid advertising until they hit at least $1 million. So there's lots of ways that you can still generate the leads and the connections that are very viable and will make it easy for you to monetize and doing it organically. But there's no question if you want a larger reach, then doing the ads is going to get you more visibility without taking the time of doing that organic connection.
Yes, I think you would agree, Deborah, that the main difference, I mean, there are other differences as well, but the main difference would be that paid advertising would be faster. It would provide results quicker as opposed to organic search, organic reach, which is a slower process. And that's why a person does need to be patient and eventually the results will show. So on the progress curve, at the beginning, one would use organic, and as one moves up the curve, one would consider using paid advertising, because of course by then one will have more revenue. And the idea when one starts a business is that the revenue that starts coming in would be put back into the business to grow the business, and one of the components would be advertising.
Right, right, definitely.
The fourth point that we have, Deborah, is to collaborate with influencers. And we have micro influencers here because our target audience here is the small business owner. And working with micro influencers can help small business owners reach a targeted audience and build credibility with their followers. We need to look for influencers who align with our brand and have a following that matches our target audience. So there needs to be that alignment. We need that parallel, not just anybody.
Yeah, and so you're looking for similar clients. You and that influencer are going to have the same types of clients, but you're not actually going to be competing. So you're coming or approaching the client from two different perspectives, and what you offer is going to be different. But what it is you offer together will actually exponentially benefit the client. So, and it could be that they're putting on an event or a master class or a summit, and they bring you in as a speaker, and you're offering something that is, you're presenting and offering something that is so niched, they don't offer that, but it's certainly going to benefit their clients as they progress. So, having those conversations are really important to be able to find who are those influencers that have the audience that is similar to your audience. But here's the thing, when you develop those relationships, it's got to be based on trust, the highest of character and integrity. You're not poaching anybody's clients, you're adding value. That's what you're doing. So the collaboration is just that. You're working together, you're creating a really great fit, and then you're working to create even a better experience for the client by the two of you working together.
You're right that there needs to be that alignment, Deborah, where one must be able to offer the influencer value. And usually that value is something which complements something that they're already offering, meaning that what they're offering will have greater value. So there's that benefit to them. Otherwise, there would not be a reason for them to accept you, so that they can promote what you're offering.
Yeah, definitely.
5, use relevant and targeted hashtags. What works well here is that hashtags are a great way to increase the visibility of your content on social media, because people who are interested in a specific subject or topic, product or service, know that by using hashtags, the platforms, the social media platforms, will put in front of them the information that they are looking for. So hashtags have a great way to increase the visibility of your content on social media. Use specific hashtags that your target audience is likely to search for and engage with. One should not use too many hashtags, Deborah, because that will just create confusion. And I think that the social media platforms could consider that spam, and you may not show up at all. And the advantage of using a few specific hashtags is that then you're more likely to hone in on your niche group of people.
Yeah, and you know what, we've done a presentation. You prepared and did a presentation on the relevant and targeted hashtags previously. It might be something worth revisiting at some point in the future. I personally don't know a whole lot about that. That's not kind of my niche area of where I focus attention on. You're kind of more of an expert in that arena, Moreno.
Yes, on the one hand, people looking for specific information will use hashtags. And if you have that information, then on your website, on your posts, or in your descriptions, the hashtags that you use in your posts should have those hashtags, so that what you're presenting will appear in front of the audience who is using those hashtags. What is also very helpful is to create your own hashtags. Deborah, for example, I'm using hashtag YouNowOnlineLive. And the difficulty with introducing new hashtags is that nobody knows them. However, every hashtag has to start somewhere. And that start is the same for everyone. You basically create a new word or group of words, put a hashtag in front, and that is the birth of a new hashtag. And one needs to promote it. The way I do it is every time I post something or have a live event, I put in there hashtag you now online live. And over time, it'll get known by more and more people. You may even ask people that you are communicating with online to like your hashtag or to follow your hashtag. And that's the way that it will build. I think you may have created your own hashtags as well, Deborah.
I do. Although I have to admit, I don't use them consistently. I'm more of a I do have a presence on LinkedIn. More of my presence is on Facebook. So you know what? It's a learning curve, and I'm still learning, and I'm still putting all those pieces into place.
Yes, if we want to use or make the best use of organic search and advertising, then one should use search engine terms, which search engines use, and also hashtags. The two complement one another. We can't not use the one or the other. We need to use both. The last point that we have here, Deborah, is build a community around your brand. And this is very, very important. It's a long-term strategy. For those who want to be successful in the long term, it is very important to create this sense of community around your brand that will help attract prospects and build customer loyalty. Engage with your followers and encourage user-generated content, which is two-way communication to foster a sense of community and promote brand awareness, which is what we are doing here with these live events that we launch once a week, Deborah.
Yeah, no, perfect. It's really important to be able to get clear on what your brand is. And this is really, it's what you stand for, what your message is, and your core character and values, and what you're offering. So the true value that you're bringing to the marketplace that the client can take advantage of. So, and part of that process of building that brand is that know, like, and trust factor, so that people get to know you and trust you for delivering a certain type of content or message, and sharing deeper information on that level. But really, it comes to understanding your character and your values and who you are as a person, and knowing how you want to show up in the world. How is it that you want to present yourself as you're going forward? You can have a huge celebrity brand, or you could have something that's a bit quieter and a little bit more, I would say, conservative on the background. So it just depends on the type of personality that you have and where you feel your true nature is when you create that brand. But really what it is your message that you share. You're going to collect a tribe, and that tribe is going to resonate with what it is that you have to say and how you're delivering and sharing that message. And so they'll want to connect with you. They'll want more of what it is that you have to share. So that's what it's about. It's about creating an honest, genuine, authentic relationship with people.
Yes, I like your tribe that you bring together, your resonating tribe, where people can share things of value and get to know one another. We know that the best sales tactic is, well, this is an analogy that I can use, is the best sales tactic being one-on-one. However, it's ineffective because, or rather, it's very effective, but inefficient because it's only one-on-one. More efficient would be you one-to-many, because that way we're influencing many, not just one at one time. And it's the same with a community where we bring together a group of like-minded people, and that way we get to know many at once. It sounds to me like an efficient and effective way of bringing people together, people that will help one another, people that will share, people that will make progress, people that will grow together. It's always much easier to resolve problems and make progress when we involve other people as opposed to doing it all oneself.
Yeah, I would agree. And the idea is when you can do it with a group of people, you can have so much more momentum behind that. There's a lot of energy there. And then when you're having the great tribe and community, there's a lot of accountability and support within that group where everybody's lifting each other up.
Yes, and it's an opportunity to have fun as well, have a party. I mean, how can one have a party and have fun alone or just between two people? It's possible. However, it's more likely when there are more people. There may be a joker in the group, an entertainer in the group, a singer in the group that will spice things up. Yes, that's the nice thing about having a community, that it's a group of people that can be spiced up because everyone has a different personality, point of view, ideas, and people encourage one another. Dance together.
Yeah, absolutely. Great content today, Moreno.
Thank you, Deborah. Great input from you.
Thank you.
Time's up, everyone. Our regular 30-minute online business event has ended. We want to express our gratitude to our exceptional co-host, Deborah, for her valuable contributions. Deborah, a final message from you for our fantastic audience.
Thank you very much, Moreno. Always appreciate being here. To our audience, look, it's about being visible. This is your time to get noticed, known, and remembered. And one of the best ways of doing that is you, online, live, now.
Take action. Thank you, Deborah. To our silent but awesome audience, we appreciate your presence and hope you gained valuable insights. Now join our new active social media group about increasing your online visibility, exposure, and influence. Click the link in the chat and this event description. Stay connected with us, and we'll see you in our next live event. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.